And I know that Alex covered that on the Thursday program because I gave him the article. And now they're just saying, yeah, I think it's great that we're going to have a non-governmental organization oversee all these banks. They're going to stop this from ever happening again. No, they're going to continue to consolidate power till they get their global currency, till they get their global government. All right, let's go to Kelly in New Hampshire. Kelly, you're on the line.
Hi, Jason. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I was wondering, when are you going to go back to having a nightly show?
I will probably be going back to the nightly show sometime in January or February, depending on when I'm absolutely finished with Invisible Empire. Right now, I'm working so hard on this film. I got about 25 minutes on the timeline. I've got an interview coming up with Peter Dale Scott on October 1st. He's going to be in the picture. I did an interview with G. Edward Griffin. I did an interview with Mark Dice. So far, those are the three people that are definitely going to be into it. But as soon as I get done with that, I'm probably going to start going back to my 9 to midnight show. We'll see if I keep the same time slot. I'm not quite sure. But the release date for that is February 12th. So that means that I'll probably have it off to DVD by the beginning of February. And hopefully we'll have the main part of the movie done by the end of December. And January will only be sweetening. So perhaps then I will have my nightly show back.
Won't you be doing some kind of tour for your DVD opening?
We'll see. I'll definitely be doing some audio interviews, and if people want to have me out to locations like the Grand Lake Theater in California or the likes, maybe over on the East Coast, I may do some screenings. I may just let people do the screenings themselves. I don't know if I'll travel. I couldn't tell you. It's kind of all up in the air to me. It's kind of hard for me to travel too because I'm a single guy. I live by myself. I've got 3 dogs. No one takes care of the dogs for me but me. So if I'm gone for a week or 2 weeks, I have to somebody over my house. I mean, it's kind of difficult. But at the same time, I do like traveling. I do like meeting new people. And I really like to get people involved that walk into the theater with somebody who is aware of this information. And they just kind of snicker and laugh at me and like, oh, I came here. And then at the end, they go, look, man, I'm really sorry. I was wrong, and this was a real eye-opener, and they shake my hand. So we'll see what happens. But, I'm planning on launching it on the 12th for free on YouTube through Change the Channel. I don't know if he's listening, but we're going to make sure he has the video and people can watch it in the highest quality the day it comes out. I think the next day, whether or not, I believe I'm releasing it on a Friday, so I may or may not wait until Sunday to do a show where we base it all on the movie and people's opinion of the movie. I may do a live chat. A lot of ideas up in the air right now, Kelly.
Okay, great.
All right, thanks.
Okay.
Thank you for the call. Let's go to Anita in Texas. Anita, you're on the line.
Hi, Jason. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Listen, I got about 3 different things I want to ask you about.
Sure.
First of all, somebody told me about the movie State of Play. Have you seen that?
State of Play. No, is that a Hollywood picture?
Yeah, and they said it's got a lot of this stuff in it, so I'm going to watch it. I was just wondering if you
Who's
had
in that?
seen
Is
it
that
or heard
the
about it.
Harrison Ford picture?
I don't remember if he said that's who was in there or not.
I keep up a little bit on pop culture. I saw District 9, and I thought District 9 was awesome, and it really had a lot of the globalist overtones in it. For instance, the organization that's overseeing it is like a quasi-UN corporation organization, and it's all about redistributing these aliens from one concentration camp to another. And during that, they're talking about permits for children. And really, a lot of these, they go into the bureaucratic mindset. It's an excellent film. I recommend District 9 to everybody. In fact, the UN type organization even had like a Baphomet type logo as their logo. It was like kind of a goat's head. It was definitely bizarre and it was good. But I will check out State of Play. What else you got for me, Anita?
Okay.
Anita, hold over. We're about to take a break. Hold over. I'll hold you over to the next break. We're going to go to Anthony and a lot more. It's 888-201-2244. The Info Warrior with Jason Burmis. How would you like to be charged $200 for a 911 call? Well, it's on the horizon in some of the poorer counties out there because the economy's collapsing and we have to take drastic measures. We'll be back with your phone calls after this. It's the Info Warrior.
The good old folks at New Silver Solution. And the website is supernaturalsilver.com. Supernaturalsilver.com. This is something that kills bacteria, viruses, you name it, well documented. They've got it down to super small, nano-sized particle. Supernaturalsilver.com. Check them out at Infowars.com. Supernaturalsilver.com.
Hail to the chief. Ooh, they point the cannon at you, Lord. It ain't me.
All right, folks, we are back. We're on the line with Anita in Texas. Anita, what else you want to say?
Okay, I've been trying to get a hold of Alex to ask him this question because his dad's a dentist, and I was wondering about those shots that the dentists give. If they're safe, that they have squalene, mercury, that mess in there.
No, you're talking about the Novocaine shots, right? I'm pretty sure that
Right.
those are just Novocaine. I don't think there's any mercury in there, but hey, I'm not an expert. I'll ask Alex, and I'll try to give you an answer next week. I'll try to get at me on Facebook or MySpace or email me, and I'll try to get back to that answer because I don't know, but I would assume that that's just a Novocaine shot. Liquid Novocaine, I don't think has the mercury preservative in it, but don't quote me on that. What else you got, Anita?
Okay, and I have noticed, I don't know if you or anybody else that you've talked to has noticed there's so many new schools being built in so many little towns everywhere, and I'm wondering if they're like going to be quarantine facilities or something.
Well, schools traditionally have been makeshift nuclear fallout centers and community centers in the case of an attack. So I don't think that you're going too far saying that maybe this is going to be the new type of FEMA camp. But at the same time, I don't know. I mean, they're using the schools right now as the mass vaccination centers. They want your kids first. They want pregnant women second. And then they want the parents after that. And the people that they can't get through that program in other countries anyway, in places like Sweden and Canada, they're just going to set up makeshift vaccination centers outside of bars and popular strips so they can get people while they're inebriated. I don't know why they're building all these schools. To me, a lot of schools are getting cut out in my neck of the woods, at least in New York. A lot of teachers' jobs are getting cut. A lot of the programs are getting cut. Over the past 5 or 10 years, I've seen some consolidations of school districts where they actually knocked down a couple schools and built a super school. So I'm not sure. I thank you for the call, Anita. Let's go to Anthony in Missouri. Anthony, you're online.
How you doing, Jason? I saw on C-SPAN one night, I was just watching it, and they have House Resolution 317,
Okay.
where, wait a second, it says, whereas the Department of Homeland Security selected Manhattan, Kansas as the future location for the National Bio and Agro Defense Facility. I don't know, I was just saying if you guys see anything in it, I don't know.
I don't know enough about the bill. I do know that they have that island right off of Manhattan where they do a lot of this bioexperimentation with animals. What is it called? Do you know offhand, Craig? You have no idea, huh? I'm asking. Man, sometimes I kind of blank out and I can't think off the top of my head, but they have an island right off of, what is it called? Well, anyway, they do all these weird experiments there. They study foot and mouth and all these other kind of diseases there. So it wouldn't really surprised me that they would put that facility in Manhattan. What worried me was that they were looking to take the facility that I'm talking about and move it into the Midwest and around populations. I'm not quite sure. I'd have to check it out. Send us some information on the bill and tell us where the highlighted sections are, and I'll try to get back to you, Anthony. I appreciate the call. Michael in New York. Michael, you're on the line.
Hi, Jason. Thanks for taking my call.
You got it.
Okay, I'm going to try and be quick. I just, one thing, I wanted to out into the middle of New York, and I wanted to make some speeches that I've been writing myself. Nothing too crazy. I wanted to just start waking people up and just, because really what's got to happen is something's got to happen soon, or, things are going to get a lot worse, a lot quicker.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to just talk about, if I was to go out in the middle of the streets with a megaphone, say, it has to be a public place, obviously.
Yes.
But is it legal to do that, first of all? If I find a public place...
They may be able to get you with a noise permit if you use an actual bullhorn. However, if you use... I know on 9/11 this year, a lot of people were using those big tubes. You know which one? They're not electric. Those aren't illegal. You can use those. If you use a megaphone or a bullhorn, they may come up to you and ask you if you have a permit. You are going to want to be sticking to public areas such as parks, sidewalks, not private areas such as parking lots and the like that. They can throw you out of there. Other than that, you do have free speech, sir. If you're not
that's
disturbing
why,
the peace.
I'm going to exercise it, and this, what's going on. I'm new to all this, but I'm really trying to take.
What part of New York are you in, Michael?
I live in Long Island, but I'm back and forth between the city and Long Island.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, it's a big place out there. We Are Change has a great organization. I'm sure they would openly accept you in. You can go to wearechange.org, and Luke Rudowski and others just, they really know the rules. They really know the law. I know there's a bunch of 9/11 truthers out in Long Island as well. I know through the colleges and the state schools that there's a large 9/11 truth movement, a lot of people that are hip to Loose Change and Fabled Enemies, but there are a lot of people out there that aren't. So, not only is your voice, an effective tool, I really tell people, hit the DVD burner.